Hi everyone, I'm Misra Shareth Ventura. Yesterday, my mom told me to share to you something important regarding natural healing. This practice was proven for 159 years as a cure for disease and care for the sick. Me and my family are a pharmacy-free family. We never tasted synthetic medicine for almost 15 years now. My parents practice this simple and natural method of healing. We have no medical expenses, no maintenance, as God's gift to live healthy and happy and live life to its fullness. I am blessed to share with you this knowledge and wisdom from the revelation of God through His prophets. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Many people would ask us what method we usually use to cure fever faster, because to others it takes 3 to 5 days and sometimes weeks to make the fever subside and be totally cured. Actually, it's really funny because our family, friends, and co-workers will call us during the middle of the night or sometimes 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning to ask. And of course, we are happy to share our help. They also confirm that this natural method of healing is really effective.
Now, let us hear the voice from the pen of inspiration as our natural healing guide for every sickness, as what the scripture says.
Believe in the Lord your God, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper. 2 Chronicles 20:20.
I feel that the ice used is a mistake. The light which has been given me in reference to several critical cases has been represented to me as a sick child I had in charge, and in every case the directions given were, do not apply ice to the head, but cool water. Apply hot fomentations to the bowels, stomach, and liver. This will quell the fever much sooner even than cold. The reaction after the cold applications raise the fever, in the place of killing it. This direction has been given me again and again. Some cases may endure this kind of treatment, but I greatly fear for brother, if it is continued, use hot water. In 9 cases out of 10 it will do a more successful work than the cold ice would do. 3 Mr. 365.3. I cannot now write out all the cases I have handled under the light given me of God, but every case has worked favorably. I have given these directions to physicians of repute, those not of our faith and those of our faith, and in every case, even in fevers, they have reported success in treating with hot water in the place of cold water or applications of ice. 20 Mr. 278.4.
To us, we use only this method, and oftentimes it kills the fever for only 3 to 5 minutes. But sometimes, if we have low resistance, maybe sometimes because of our health violations, human as we are not perfect, but trying to be one by God's grace. In case the fever is quite severe, that will lead to severe coughs and flu, This method of healing, the fever sometimes lasts long for hours or overnight. In the morning, the fever will totally left us and never come back without taking any medicine.
Now, we are going to prepare first our hot fomentation. There are different methods of hot fomentation where we can apply during sickness depending to the situation and location where we are in.
Hot fomentation number 1.
You need to prepare a tap water or cool water in a basin. Clothing iron. Take a cotton cloth or an old shirt. Any plastic that is available in hand. Pour the water in the basin and soak the cotton cloth. Iron the cloth and put it inside the plastic.
Yan. Ikukod ka mo ni Gwen.
Our hot fomentation is now ready.
This first method of hot fomentation is very fast and easy to adapt and applicable to any age, even small infants and babies, as long as you control the heat with covering cloth that the patient will not burn.
Hot fomentation number 2.
Plug the clothing iron. Unplug the clothing iron when it is hot enough. Wrap the clothing iron with a cotton cloth to keep you from burning.
Now, our hot fomentation is ready, the easiest and fastest to adopt of all methods of hot fomentation.
So that's it. Very fast, less effort. But the precaution here is that for adult use only, not applicable for infants or babies. Now let's come to the third one. This third, fourth, and fifth procedure are applicable to the places wherein there is no electricity, such as mountains, islands, or remote areas that has longer brownouts and has no electricity supply. Again, let us view the next video.
Hot fomentation number 3.
Boil water and soak the cloth and put it inside a plastic.
Hot fomentation number 4. Another procedure is to boil water and pour it inside the
medical hot water bag or in a bottle. So now our hot fomentation are now ready. You can choose one of this method that is applicable to your area. So now let us proceed to the application. Let's put the hot application near the bowel, stomach, and liver. Again and again, repeat the process. I will remind you not to use ice water application on your head, but only tap or cool water application. So, you repeat this procedure till the patient perspires. When the perspiration subsides, change the patient clothes. During and after fever, supply the patient enough water to drink to quell the heat.
Now, let's prepare our cool water fomentation to be put on the head. This method of healing is so easy and simple that even a little child can understand. This child applied this method of healing by herself, without asking any assistance from her family, and in a matter of minutes she was healed. In case of fever with vomiting, it's best to drink a glass of activated charcoal, for it sips the acid and bacteria in the GI tract. For more information about charcoal application, just check the procedure from this book, Healing Wonders of Charcoal.
As the saying says, prevention is better than cure. Let us watch.
Here are some of the tips on how to prevent or even cure of the fever from the pen of inspiration.
Tip number 1.
In fever cases, if, in their fevered state, water had been given them to drink freely and applications had also been made externally, long days and nights of suffering would have been saved and many precious lives spared. But thousands have died with raging fevers consuming them, until the fuel which fed the fever was burned up, the vitals consumed, and have died in the greatest agony, without being permitted to have water to allay their burning thirst. Water, which is allowed a senseless building to put out the raging elements, is not allowed human beings to put out the fire which is consuming the vitals. How to Live 3 to 62, 63, 186, CD 419, CD 419.5.
Tip number 2. Swine fever by eating swine or pork.
Highly seasoned animal food produces a feverish state of the system. Especially if pork is used freely, the blood becomes impure, the circulation is not equalized, and chills and fever follow. Spiritual Gifts Volume 4A, 126, Whole 212.1.
Tip number 3. The fever need not extend to another member of the family.
657. If fevers enter a family, often more than one have the same fever. This need not be if the habits of the family are correct, if their diet is as it should be, and they observe habits of cleanliness and realize the necessity of ventilation. The fever need not extend to another member of the family. The reason that fevers prevail in families and expose the attendants is because the sick room is not kept free from poisonous infection by cleanliness and proper ventilation. How to Live for 57, Whole 158.3.
Tip number 4. There should no decaying matters near the house.
Every form of uncleanliness tends to disease. Death-producing germs abound in dark, neglected corners, in decaying refuse, in dampness, and mold, and must. No waste vegetables or heaps of fallen leaves should be allowed to remain near the house to decay and poison the air. Nothing unclean or decaying should be tolerated within the home. In towns or cities regarded perfectly healthful, many an epidemic of fever has been traced to decaying matter about the dwelling of some careless householder. CG 108.1. Perfect cleanliness, plenty of sunlight, careful attention to sanitation in every detail of the home life, are essential to freedom from disease and to the cheerfulness and vigor of the inmates of the home. CG 108.1.
Tip number 5. Regularity of feeding. No between meals.
Your children should not be allowed to eat candies, fruit, nuts, or anything in the line of food between their meals. 2 meals a day are better for them than 3. If the parents set the example and move from principle, the children will soon fall into line. Irregularities in eating destroy the healthy tone of the digestive organs, and when your children come to the table, they do not relish wholesome food. Their appetites crave that which is the most hurtful for them. Many times your children have suffered from fever and ague brought on by improper eating, when their parents were accountable for their sickness. It is the duty of parents to see that their children form habits conducive to health, thereby saving much distress. Testimonies for the Church for 502-1880. Children are also fed too frequently, which produces feverishness and suffering in various ways. The stomach should not be kept constantly at work, but should have its periods of rest. Without it, children will be peevish and irritable, and frequently sick. The Health Reformer, September 1866, CD 22.
Tip number 6. House must be located in an elevated area.
If a house be built where water settles around it, remaining for a time and then drying away, a poisonous miasma arises, and fever and ague, sore throat, lung diseases, and fevers will be the result. How to Live for 260 for Whole 67.1.
Jesus is the great physician who can heal all our maladies and restore our spiritual and physical body and health.
So that's all for today. For our next episode, let's talk about the deadly pneumonia. If you like this video, please click the bell button and like and subscribe to this channel.